So after game week 25 is over in the Premier League, I think it is now safe to say that the Premier League is still open. You see, the game between Liverpool and Manchester City that played yesterday should have been a match or a game decider in the Premier League title race. Coupled to the fact that Manchester City came from behind and defeated Liverpool 2 goals to 1. That game was so interesting. It was a game. It was a game of two halves. The first half was a neutral ground for anybody, and the second half was for everybody. You see, what a goal from Zoboslai, a free kick. I don't know how this guy tries to score this free kick almost all the time. The guy is becoming so used to the free kick. You see, Manchester City are now sitting 6 points behind Arsenal, and that's not so much. Sitting 6 points behind Arsenal is not so much. It's just 2 games behind. So the Premier League is still open. The title race is still open. Anything can still happen. Manchester City can still win the league. Arsenal can still win the league. But of course, we would like to see Arsenal win this league. Hopefully, if they keep up to the form. Well, of course, we know that Arsenal have been in their greatest form of all time. But then they still have to be very careful because the Premier League is still now very open for anybody to win. We can't write out Manchester City. No, we can't do that. We cannot write out Manchester City in the Premier League race. Think about it. On the first of March, Arsenal will be taking on Chelsea. If Arsenal drops points, it goes closer. And of course, we don't know what can happen because Arsenal can still go on to win. But we're just saying Arsenal still has some big games to play. They still have the likes of Chelsea, Manchester City, and I think Liverpool also. So Arsenal still have a long way to go. They still have 13 games to go, and they still have a lot of work to put in. You see, it's still early in February. Arsenal would have said Arsenal have won the league, but it's still February. So maybe towards the end of March or getting into April, we could have said, okay, Arsenal have won the league, but it's still in February and it's just 6 points behind or above Manchester City. So the league is still open. This is why the Premier League, Manchester City can still go on to win the Premier League. Arsenal can still go on to win the Premier League if, of course, they do what they are supposed to do. So don't write out Manchester City yet and don't give the title to Arsenal yet. The Premier League is still open. Anybody can still win the Premier League.